Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar about trying to help you use video for your content marketing. So I'm just going to share my screen and we will get started. So I'm Mike Trower and I'm a content strategist, which in normal words mean that I help people use video and other types of content to help people gain more followers, more engagement, and ultimately more customers. This is my first webinar and I'm really excited because I've taken my hobby of video and I've turned it into a business, and it kind of still feels like a hobby. So everything's all exciting and new and it's all amazing. So first off, to everyone who's watching on the replay, you won't be able to take part in this live, but I still want you to play. I want to play a little game. So the game that I want you to do is guess how many slides are in this presentation. There's nothing to win. It's just a bit of fun. So today's plot. So today's plot is going to be the benefit of video and how it can help, mindset blocks and how to keep them behind the scenes, your audience and why they're important, equipment and benefits, storytelling and how it can keep people engaged, different types of video, and screenplay and script writing. Script writing and screenplay. A screenplay, for those who don't know, is kind of like a list of things which is used in movies and films. And it's all about lighting and the script and the actors and all that sort of stuff. But I've made a very much smaller version to help you with all your videos. So my story. I started love for video when I was very young. I was 3 years old. My dad brought home a big camera on his, a proper shoulder camera back in the day, because he worked at a university in Birmingham, and he brought back this camera, and me and my sister just used to play up all the time to this camera. When I was at school, I did drama GCSE, and that kind of like nailed my love for acting and being in front of the camera and stuff a little bit more. And I also did business studies. These were the only two subjects which I got good grades in. Everything else was pretty rubbish. But these two, I kind of, it's kind of written in the stars back then that these two things were going to bond together later on. So in my adult life, to get into content creation, I started working at my family's shop. And about 10 years ago, we jumped on the Facebook bandwagon and we started a Facebook page. I took the reins because I was young and I was into my gadgets. And I used to post things like about the flowers that we used to sell, the DIY products that we used to sell, but I felt it was boring. So we started to put funny staged photos in, like there was a plant pot, which was a massive cup of tea. And we pretended that the boss saw me drinking his cup of tea. So we put like a funny twist on it before the fun actually started on social media. So, but a few things happened. And 4 years ago, I became a full-time parent to my young children. When I became a single parent, I didn't know how to cook and thought it would be funny to document this journey on video. So then I set up my own platforms to share these videos. So Cody was really young. He was only 2 years old. We started to make these videos on my phone and I posted them to Facebook, which was, a good bit of fun. And we started to gain followers. The followers that we gained were parents with fussy eaters as children, or children who wanted to cook themselves. And I didn't know this at the time, but that was our ideal client. That was our ideal client avatar. So then now I'm looking at it and realizing that to get a good audience, you need to know your ideal client. So I fled from Birmingham to Devon and we set up a studio in the garden shed to cook food for the homeless. And we started to create video content. And because we were cooking for the homeless, lots of media people wanted to get involved, and they wanted us to collaborate with different charities and stuff as well. So we worked with a lot of stuff in the area, a lot of people in the area, and we were in the media a lot, all in the press, on the telly, in the news, and people really loving the content. I stopped it because it got a little bit overwhelming. We got to a point where we went on the Russell Howard Hour and it got a bit too much. I ended up in hospital with stress for a bit. So we decided to rein it all in and just concentrate on using my skills then for business. So I set up Visuals Videography, which is a videography business. I had the cameras and the skills, so that's why I started the business. But the biggest objection was that my customers didn't know what to do once the video was made. So I added marketing tips to the videos, and then their videos then began to grow on social media using the same sort of strategy as what I used for my cooking show. So bringing it all back down to now, I'm now doing the marketing of the videos to help you get your videos seen by more people without having all the fancy cameras and all that, because there's reels, there's live videos, all of that sort of stuff can be as good or more powerful than having a posh video of your business. So today's plot again. I'm talking about the benefits of video and how it can help, mindset blocks, your audience, the equipment that you need, storytelling, different types of video, and script writing. So we'll go straight into the benefits of video. So these are the lists that I've put together. It's quite a big list of all the different benefits of video. So in here, you've got that you can explain products and services like you would in real life. So that's like if you're selling a service, you can explain just one particular part of that service through one video. You can build trust from storytelling and give ethical explanations. And people can tell that you're being ethical because they can actually see you and they can actually see you explaining it in real time. You can rank higher in search engines because if you host a YouTube video of you on your website, when it's searched from Google, because Google own YouTube, they want to send people to the website where that YouTube video is. More people watch video than any other media. I think at the moment it's 85% of people prefer to watch video content than any other media on social media. You can answer questions in real time, which means that you don't have to reread 3 questions, then get responses, like make a reply to the question and then post the question. You can just answer the question. It also keeps people watching the video, which is good for the algorithm because it's more engagement. You can build a community. So if you show up consistently, this doesn't mean continuously. It means pick a day and a time where people will get to know and expect you. So choose that time that you think your ideal client is most likely going to be online, and then they will know that you're going to be there every time at that time. You can come across as an expert more on video. Once you've got a script, you can stick to that script. You'll know what's coming next because you know what's coming next. You can then keep the ball rolling. And you can talk about what you've planned instead of going off track. You will build rapport, because you can explain things in a better way. There's that human to human interaction, which is ridiculously important. Obviously, that's better in real life, but if you can't get that because you don't live in the same area, then you can move onto video and then do it human to human on video. There's a higher click rate because people want to unmute you, so they'll click to unmute you. They'll want to click you to go onto a bigger screen. They'll want to hear what you're talking about and they'll stay there for a few minutes while they're watching. There's increased conversion rates because people will want to know more about what you're talking about because they'll understand it more, because people absorb more information from video than they do on text. So ultimately you'll get their attention quicker and go through that conversion sooner. And it also puts a face to the brand. So, instead of it just being a logo and some colors, your face is the brand too. Your voice is the brand as well. The time that you post, the way that you explain things, the type of glass that you've got, is it a wine glass full of booze or is it a glass of water? That's all a part of the brand. The next part I'm going to talk about is your mindset. So mindset isn't spoken about much when it comes to video, and we often don't think that it's a mindset issue. We think it's more a thing that we say and believe. So when we say that we hate something, that's normally a mindset issue. So if we hate my face, I hate the way that I speak, I hate my accent, I'm not going live today because I've got a spot on my face. There's different parts of the mindset there. Mindset issues are generally smoke screens for uncertainty. There's a part of you which is uncertain that you should be doing this video. So Why? So there's a thing that's holding you back, a burden from something that might have triggered you before, and it's worried that it's going to be triggered again. So inside there's lots of different parts of you that make you up. And sometimes you'll have a part which is called a firefighter, which will come in and put a smoke screen there to stop you from doing something which might trigger an exile. So that smoke screen could be, I don't want to do it today because I feel ugly, or my hair's a mess, or imposter syndrome. And that's all things to stop you from being triggered to affect the exile. There's fear of failure. What if I'm crap? What if I don't come across as an expert? This is solved by writing the screenplay, which is coming later. Once you take over your mindset firefighter and you've got a plan for your video, you just do the plan. Nothing else needs to be done apart from delivering that plan. Fear of success is massive too. What if I make loads of money? Will I spend it all now like I do now? Will I get in loads of debt? Will people keep asking me to borrow money? The fear of success holds a lot of people back too. So you've got to tell yourself that you're worthy of this, that you are supposed to be making money, you are an entrepreneur, and you deserve to live like one. Your audience. Where are you posting? Who is your ideal client? Are they here? Let's say that you're doing a guest talk on somebody else's page. Are they really your ideal client? Does it really make a difference to your business? It's good to network, but if it's completely pointless and out of your, if your ideal client's not there, then it's not worth it. Don't talk to anyone other than your ideal client, because they will lose interest. So if you're trying your absolute hardest to get a group of people engaged who are not your ideal client, that one person who is your ideal client, who might be in the audience, they're going to be like, this guy or this girl's taking forever to get to the point. I'm going to go and find somebody else because I'm not sitting here just talking about rubbish. So they're going to leave. We want the people who aren't interested to leave. We're not trying to change them or convert them. Ask them if they're following what you're saying. So you can literally say, is everyone following me so far? Am I making sense? Ask them to comment below if you're doing a live video. And this is engagement. It's more comments and it's more clicks on your video. Talk to them with enthusiasm as an expert, but without the jargon. Even if you're talking to everybody who's on the same page as you and you all know these jargon words, there might be somebody new who's coming into the business or into your circle and they don't know the jargon words. Show your passion for the topic, be excited about it, and sit straight with the camera like you would do with a real audience, because nobody buys off somebody who just sits there all floppy like that. Well, unless you're buying a bed, I suppose. Right, the equipment. So the only thing that we need to start is your phone, one of them, and natural light. So you can just sit in front of a window and have natural light. Remember to use whether it's landscape or portrait mode, depending on where you're going to be filming. Because, if you're filming on YouTube, you want to go landscape. If you're going to be on Instagram, you want it portrait, so you can fill up most of the screen. My dog has just come in. Calm down, Daisy. She's gone. If you don't have a tripod, then you can use a car suction mount on a window or on a. I actually did it on the tiles in my kitchen. So I put the suction mount on there. I put my phone in the suction mount on the tiles, and I delivered my video. You can have a couple of rolls of sellotape and just drop your phone into it. You can just be inventive with how you want to hold up your phone. If you're selling something, a product, or even if it's a digital product, if you're selling a physical product, then make sure you've got it to hand. If it's an ebook, print it out like I have, so you can flick through the pages. And when you're flicking through the pages, hold it close enough that people think that if they screenshot it, that they'll be able to see what's written. This gets them to pause the video, which is more engagement. And then they've got a screenshot on their phone, and then they will want to come back later and see what it's about. Have something to play with, and I keep fiddling so bad, so I have something to play with. Normally it's Blu Tack or Play-Doh, and I play with it under the camera, so it looks like I'm still. I haven't today. This is why I'm dancing around with my hands, but I find it easy to just play with something and keep myself still. The next part is storytelling. So people remember stories and who told them. So if you've got like a really interesting story, it might not even be your story, but if you deliver it in the best way that you can, those people will remember that story and they'll remember you telling the story. Stories resonate with people and they stay with them in their emotions. People can relate to a story if it triggers their own memories. Obviously, you have an ideal client avatar. You know what they are like, you know what they've been through, you know them as a person, you know their hobbies. So build a story that involves your ideal client and what they could have gone through. Introduce the story and explain who it was and what they did, like a newspaper article. So you're going to have like the title, you're going to have a paragraph, and then you're going to open up the whole story. Use tonality at points where emotion can be leveraged. So if it's something exciting, then lean back and be powerful with it. And if it's something really delicate and that should be a secret, then bring your tonality down, lean forwards and speak to them like that. Use conflicting points. So the people that you're talking to might have an argument against what you're saying. You've already thought of that argument and you thought of a counter argument. So you can argue with yourself during the story to keep them even more engaged. End on a climax. Stop after you said the story and let their emotions sink in so that they really feel that emotion. The next part is different types of video. So we've got, there's a lot of different types of video. We're going to look at these ones here. This is probably more than what you need to know at the moment. There's stories, there's reels, there's live video, recorded video, repurposed video clips, webinars, and Zoom meetings. So stories, they last for 24 hours on Instagram or Facebook. They're on a few other platforms as well, like TikTok and YouTube. They disappear. They're great for an addition to your real life. They're good to not have them as a proper post. You can do like a behind the scenes, what you've had for your breakfast, what you're doing later, a ramble about life, but something that doesn't need to be on the front page of your business. Reels is more for fun. It's a short video for fun. These include dancing or people pointing to words like, my dog stepped on a bee, stuff like that. They reach a lot of people who aren't already your audience. So don't probably talk about picking your kids up from school or what you've had for breakfast, because this goes to a lot more of an audience. I did a reel yesterday for a business that I'm doing some work for, and it got 3,000 views in the first day. God knows who by, just loads of random people. So do these reels, but remember these aren't people who currently follow you at the moment. Live video, this is the one that we all fear. So this is exactly what I'm doing now. With the right plan and the right mindset, we can do live videos with ease. We can go live on our phones or on a computer for any amount of time just to get our message and value to our audience. So you've got to think of that purpose and what you're trying to deliver and how long you want to go for. So like, I want to do this in 45 minutes. Sometimes I do a 3-minute live on Facebook. It all depends on what you're trying to put out there. So recorded videos. Recorded videos are an easy way to explain your products. It's editable and can be posted on multiple platforms because it's a copy saved to your computer itself. You can download a live video, but the quality is crushed a bit, so it's not as good. Repurpose videos, so with the video that you've recorded, you can get snippets of it. You can get an app on, if you've done it on your phone, you can get an app on your phone where you can cut little bits and turn it into a story or a reel, or just put little snippets onto your profile. Webinars, just like this, it's a live video, the same as live video. It's also saved to the computer, so I can repurpose bits of this as well. And then there's Zoom meetings, which again is like this. Lots of people in the meeting. If you're hosting the meeting, then it's the same as a live video. If you're a participant, then make sure you're not getting changed while you're on video, because everyone can see it. So the last point that I'm going to be making today is your screenplay, or the last topic is screenplay. So in a screenplay, this is what is used in the movie and the film world. Everything's in here, but I've adapted it to help with video for us. So the video title, when you think of a title, do a little brainstorm, get a whiteboard out. I've got a whiteboard on here. Think of, give yourself an hour or whatever to journal out all these titles that you want to talk about. It could be 3 things to help beauty therapists with their marketing, or it could be my favorite 5 cups to drink coffee from. It could be anything, but these are live videos or pre-recorded videos that you could do. So think about all these titles. Then what's the purpose? Once we've got the title, we're going to think about the purpose. What's the purpose? Are we trying to aim somebody towards our freebie? Are we trying to sell? Are we trying to promote our YouTube show? What is the purpose of the video? We've got to think of who it's aimed at. This is most likely going to be your ideal client, but this might be your ideal client's partner or your ideal client's teacher or something like that. But normally it's going to be your ideal client. But I've put it here so you can actually remember who it is. You can write their name. So my ideal client is called Sean. So I write my title, the purpose, and then that I'm going to aim it at Sean. That makes me know that when I'm writing my script, I'm definitely talking to Sean. So think about your lighting and your shadows. You can just use natural light. You can use, I've got a light to my left. It's a ring light that's over there. And I've got this light in the background just to try and break it up a little bit. But that's the videographer in me. You don't need that. You just need a light. Try not to have your back to the light because your face will be shadowed. So try and go towards the light. Your background. If you don't want people to see your dirty washing, just stick it out the way. You don't need posh, you don't need all frames on the wall and posh stuff like I've just got this because, well, I've been doing video for years and it's about time I stuck something on the wall. And if I didn't have these newspaper articles of me, I probably wouldn't have anything on the wall. But you don't need to have anything there. But it's also good to actually not have anything there, which is going to take the eye off the subject, because it's just going to be a distraction and people are going to be looking at that instead of you. Then we're going to look at time of day. So if you're doing a live video, the same as with the lighting, if you're going to be using natural lighting, is your ideal client going to be watching YouTube, Facebook or Instagram or your social media platform at that time of day where you're going to be going live? So maybe you do need to think about artificial lighting if you're going to be going live after they finish work. So think about when your ideal client is going to be live, online. Props. So if you're going to have props, you need to have them ready. So I had this. I didn't have this ready, so I had to lean over and grab it. So these are the props which I've used today. So get them ready. If you're going to be selling with an item, then keep that to hand as well. So when to lean in with tonality. Lean back when you're being loud and open, and lean in when you're being secretive and more direct. Highlight, if you've got some words on your script, highlight in different colors if you're going to be leaning back or if you're going to be coming in, because you might forget, you might just talk all in one monotone and it's going to be a little bit boring and people are going to get a little bit bored if you don't use some tonality. You need to know when to build excitement. Or how to build excitement. You can stop and do a drum roll, or you can pause. So you can say, listen, I want you to pay attention to this because I'm only going to say it once. Pause and then deliver it. So kind of like build excitement a little bit with that. The last point is script writing. And I've only got, I've got a whole slide on script writing, but I'm only going to go through it quick. When we're writing our script, we don't want to write a script because we don't want to sit there reading everything word for word. We want to be able to just put the points in and stick to the points. So let's say for this scenario, we're selling this phone, right? When I first appear on the video, I'm going to introduce me. So the first point is who, that's me. So who am I? So you'd be like, I'm Mike Trower and I'm a content strategist. Then we're going to step straight into pain points. So let's go from who and then go straight into pain points. Hi, I'm Mike Trower. I'm a content strategist, pain, who works with small business owners to help them use video in their online marketing to get more engagement and more customers online. If you've got any more pain points, then put it in here. So like if you're a plumber, it could be, I help people take their really old nasty bathrooms, or not nasty, but they're really old nasty bathrooms, and change them into absolute works of art. So, you know, people go, oh yeah, he's got a, you know, there's a solution to a pain right there. Then we're going to go into, if you've got a story to say, then pop it in here underneath your pain points. You can say, well, my friend here had a really bad bathroom, and you can go into a bit of story about that. Everyone's got pain points, and we're here to you know, fix these pain points for them, or heal these pain points. So now you need to introduce the benefits. I was going to use a phone, wasn't I? But I've been using a plumber. Now we need to talk about the benefits. So the benefits, let's go to the phone. So the benefits, before you say to anybody what it is that you're actually selling on this particular video, we're going to talk about the benefits of the service or the product. So you'd be like, you know, I've got this really cool product which I'm bringing out, and then you'd say that the benefits of the product. This isn't the features. This isn't like it's got a button, it's got this, it's got a microphone. It's, I've got a product which can keep everybody in your entire family connected, even if they're all over the entire world. Now people are going to know that's a phone, or that's a system, but it's the benefits of how it can help. Next we're going to speak about the features. So the clip on a tape measure is a feature, or the elastic around this book, that's a feature. Then we're going to talk about the product. This is when we pull the product out. So after we spoke about the benefits and the features, then we then say, you might have guessed this is a phone that you know, that you're selling. You're going to show it around. You're going to, as if you've unboxed it. So show it all around, show all the bits, turn it on, show it, show the benefits, show the features, tell them how it's going to change their life, how it's going to improve their life emotionally. You know, the benefits are what cures the pain points. Now you're going to give out your testimony. So what you think of it, how did it help you? You know, what you feel about the product, and the benefits of how it's helped you. Your followers trust you, and they believe your testimony as it carries the 3 T's, which is transparency, trustworthiness, and truth. Next is your call to action. This is where you say, this is where you drop the sales bit. This is where you say, click the link in the comments or in the description, and it will take you to the sales page. Now you can do a little bit of gamification. So you can do little bits like, you know, you've only got 5 days to order, or the first 5 people are going to get a discount. You can throw a little bit of that in there. Then if you've got anybody else's testimonies, you can use their testimonies now. And if you've got them written down, you can read them, so it looks as if you're not just making it up. So you can say, like, you know, I've got this guy and this girl, and she said this and he said that. And then by the end of that, they've had their, you know, they'll know what the product is, how it'll help them, what the features are, what you think about it, what other people think about it, and you've put a little bit of gamification in there. You've done your call to action. You can just answer a few questions in your Q&A, you know, because the longer that you stay there, the more likely people are going to listen, because you've got that Q&A. This is like where your objections come in. So when you're in a sales pitch, people will go, yeah, it's really good, but this, and this is where you can answer those objections in the Q&A. So that is that. So if you have any, if you've got, for the pre-recorded people, sorry, yeah, for the recorded people who are watching this on replay, if you've got any questions, then email me at mike@miketrower.co.uk, and I'll get back to you. You can join the group. Don't just run it, become it. My socials are at miketrower.co, and there were 16 slides. So if you took part in the game at the beginning of how many slides there were 16. So there we go. That is that. So thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.